Good morning, my garden friends. How are you all this morning? I hope everybody's having a good Saturday morning. And I just wanted to come on and say hello and show you a new little project that I'm doing. And it's kind of like a Saturday science class. And I'm going to turn you around here in a minute because I can't quite get my eyes open yet this morning. It's still pretty early. It's still dark outside, and my husband has gone off for his morning walk. He walks over to a nearby lake, and he takes some beautiful, beautiful morning pictures. If you're ever looking for a beautiful scene, it's Rick Helbling, Helbling. Rick Helbling, Old Guy Walking. So anyway, this morning we're going to learn how to root a sweet potato. And when we were kids, my mother would see the eyes of the sweet potato and go, oh my goodness, I have to hurry up and use that because, it's going to eye. And in her mind, whether it was a regular Idaho potato or it was a sweet potato, it was going bad soon. And now we learn that when you see those eyes, as a farmer or as a gardener, whichever you are, just as a enthusiast, it's the beginning of something. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so here it is. This is a sweet potato that started to eye a few weeks ago. And at the time I had it in my, I have a little bowl that I keep my root vegetables in, onions, anything that sits out, bananas, things you don't refrigerate. And so I noticed that this was laying on its side, like this one. And the eyes were all starting to form at this end. And so the eyes were all going, because it was laying like this, the eyes were all being drawn up to the sun, or in this case, a light. So they were all going at this angle. And then I started watching a fellow YouTuber, and her handle is Whytedavy, Garden and Worm Farm. Very lovely lady, if you'd like to look her up. She's up in Canada. And she started showing how she was going to take these slips and break them off from this potato. And she was then going to root those slips. And once they had some nice roots on them, she was going to plant those. And those roots will go down in the ground, and they will then become the tubers that we, average guy and gal, go to the grocery store and go, those are sweet potatoes. So, sometimes you go to the grocery store and you don't know how things got there in reality, do you? I mean, does everyone know that a sweet potato propagates itself? It's not a seed like we generally think of a seed, but it does come from these slips or a piece of a sweet potato that's put in dried. If you cut this off and let it dry, just scab over, and then put that in the ground, these shoots will come up, and they will form vines. And if you leave them on the ground, they will travel and they will set down roots, and those roots will set off tubers. The scabbed part will then put down roots. Those will send off into the ground, and they will become tubers. So sweet potatoes are a very easy crop to grow. very prolific. So I just want to show you this. I'm going to come around and I just want to show you this. And this is just 2 days in water. I had never heard of doing this method until she showed us, and it was so simple. And she had it on toothpicks, the same way I do my avocado seeds. And you can just take. And what I did really was I got my little bowl, the bowl that I have water in, and to know how far down you want to let it suspend or sink, go ahead and take it and put it in the water. I've already got 2 picks in here, so I can't get it the whole way down. And then pull it back out, and whatever your level of water is, like mine came up to about here, then I put my toothpicks just a little lower so that this will suspend, so that the roots will start coming out the bottom. Let me show you the bottom of it. Can you see that there's yep, that's where it is. That little dark spot is where it was broken off from the plant. There's kind of one from the top too, so that was probably where the leaves were growing from. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and let this root in there, and as these get long enough, I won't take these off just yet, but you can see how they were all going this way because it was laying on its side and it was getting drawn to the light. And now that I've moved this in this direction, vertical, the roots are now compensating and going to the light. And in this case, I have it inside, but can you imagine outside? It's incredible to watch Mother Nature, isn't it? I mean, it's just so fascinating. And I think science for all of us is just a wonderful thing. But this would be such a great project for kids. I mean, you could just, everybody could put their name on their own potato and get it started and watch it. If you wanted to put a picture on it, a little face, and it could grow hair, all sorts of things to tickle kids for learning. And so, I'm 71 and I'm still getting tickled by learning. So that was really what I wanted to show you today. It's a fun project. I bought 2 sweet potatoes. I was only going to use 1, but I think now I'm going to try the second one just to see how long it takes from this point where I don't see any eyes coming out. Do you see anything? I don't see anything. I'm sure there is. But if I get any wild developments, I'll certainly show you. But I will come back and give you an update on this in a couple weeks to show you just how many slips I can cut off. And that's pretty much how I would do it, is to just, break them off and separate them and then put them in some water receptacle, maybe just a little cup or something. So anyway, garden what you've got. It's always fun. And if you like my channel, I hope you'll subscribe and ring the notification bell, because I'm always putting out new information, and some of it might apply to you, and some of it you might want to just pass along to a friend. So garden what you've got, and I hope to see you all real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.